and welcome to the Milo Beasley Show. Our guest here this week, WWN co-founder, vice president, everything, Gabe Sapolsky. How you doing, buddy?
I didn't co-found nothing around here,
Not in the Florida, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about like More Than Mania that's coming up. But before that, have you seen, like, there's this guy who was running around a couple years ago, Jimmy Bauer. Have you seen?
My God, man! I'm gonna walk off this set right now. I'm see ya.
But I did want to talk about More Than Mania. Like, it's an event that's how many years is this now?
Well, we've been doing WrestleMania. Well, personally, I've been doing part of WrestleMania weekend since the ROH days. 2000. What was the year of the Dragon Gate thing? 2006 or 2008? No, 2008. We were in Orlando, right?
Right.
So 2006. Wow.
Yeah, it was 2006.
So 11 years. I missed a couple of years in there, but then of course, we were part of WrestleCon in New Jersey. We started that, and then we started More Than Mania. So I guess 2014, right?
Yeah, 2014. So
yeah, I'm not good with dates and stuff.
Right, it all just flows into one.
Yeah,
but man, you got a hell of a I don't think that it should be called More Than Mania. Like, it's seriously better than Mania. Like, you look at the lineup.
Let's not say it's better than Mania.
Like,
Mr. McMahon, you did not hear that. Okay.
But seriously, like, the card is ridiculous. How many different companies are working with you this year?
Well, it's a WWN Live experience. That's what we call it, because of course WWNLive.com is the site, but we like to call it More Than Mania too, and morethanmania.com is the place to go check out the schedule. And it just gets bigger and bigger every year. This year, there's so much going on. We have a seminar for wrestlers, a tryout for wrestlers, which will have a little WWE representation there, so that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be on the Thursday afternoon, March 30th. Then we go into Evolve on that Thursday night on March 30th. That's going to be a huge show. We got Michael Elgin and Donovan Dijak making their Evolve debuts as a super team, going after the tag titles against Tracy Williams and Frank Yehai. That's already announced. Then from there, Friday afternoon, we go into so much stuff. Progress at noon, which is going to be like crazy.
That's pretty cool. It's the first time they're here, right?
Yeah, first time Progress is coming, and tickets are moving like nuts for that. So I don't know if nuts move a lot, but get your tickets now for that, because that is the hottest selling ticket right now, and that's going to be huge. And we got Evolve at 4 p.m. with Michael Elgin versus Zack Sabre Jr. already scheduled, and then we have Chikara at 8 p.m. that night, and Kaiju Big Battle at like midnight. Oh, and I'm also doing a creative seminar at 8 p.m. that day for anyone who's always been interested in the promoting the creative aspect of wrestling. We did one last year, and I was very how it went. And we actually, Chris Bonjour, our now Midwest promoter in the Detroit area, came to that seminar as a fan, and he came to get his foot in the door, and he came through, and he's our Midwest promoter now, taking us to Detroit on May the 21st.
That's awesome.
So it's a good opportunity. It's a learning experience. I give back on the 23 years that I've been doing this on that. So I mentioned the Wrestler Seminar, which is a chance to get in front of some WWE officials.
And those things aren't a joke. Like, they don't just take your money and then go out there and be like, okay, we'll see you. Guys have literally gone through these seminars and are now on the shows. Like,
it's happening right now, like tonight at this show. Darby Allin did the Dallas one last year, and since that time he's been signed to a contract, and he's going to be in big matches in Orlando this WrestleMania weekend. And Jason Kincaid's come out of it and signed contracts. The gatekeepers have come out of it. The list goes on and on. We've had over 25 talents, including referee D.A. Brewer, who's had a full-time job, go through the seminar tryouts and become part of the roster, or at least get a chance. That's what it's about. And you can go to WWNLive.com. There's a seminar tryout section in the bottom of the page. So you go there, WWNLive.com, for all the info on that. But getting back to the schedule, then Saturday, we pick it up again. That's Saturday, March 31st. We pick it up again with Chikara. Again, their second big show. And they did that crazy thing going to season 17. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it. I'm having a hard time with that one. And it's crazy, though, and it's extremely creative and interesting and different. So it's really cool they did that, and I'm thrilled to have them a part of this. Then we have Shimmer, which is a tradition with us.
Right. This is the second time in the state of Florida, only the second time in the state of Florida. Yep. Shimmer's been here.
And they just announced Mercedes Martinez against Candice LaRue. I'm messing with you, Candice. Against Candice LaRue, so that's going to be the main event of the Shimmer Show. And then that night we have the WWN Super Show, which last year was like one of my favorite things because we had that Terry Funk, Mick Foley, Sabu thing, which was just like one of my favorite things. So you never know what's going to happen on that. But one thing you do know is we are going to crown the first WWN champion at that show. We're going to announce how the tournament's done pretty soon. So it's going to be a historic night. And basically, as you see, there's a lot of promotions in the WWN family. So the WWN champion is kind of going to be like
almost like the world champion.
The old NWA champion. We're like Evolve's a territory, ACW's a territory, FIP's territory, Stylebow's a territory, and the WWN champion is going to be like the NWA champion traveling to them all.
That's I'm a big fan of a lot of things. I don't mean to like blow smoke up your ass, but I'm a big fan of a lot of things that you guys are doing. Style Battle is a very, very cool concept that I love from the moment it was announced. I absolutely loved and wish that we could have done something like that back in the old FIP days when you had guys like Davey Richards and Necro Butcher and the Briscoes, where that was almost the start of the different types of styles that you guys are doing now, which is really cool. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of the overall champion.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a lot of things right, and it's all going to be in one weekend.
Hold on, I'm not done. Cut me off. So the WWN Super Show is 8 p.m. on that Saturday night, March 31st. Then we have Beyond Wrestling, who's becoming an excellent partner with us. They've really created a great product for themselves in the New England area, and gaining momentum all the time. They got some very creative ideas there, and they've come through as being like a really unique brand. So they're presenting a midnight show on Saturday. But wait a second, we're not sleeping, because the next day, WrestleMania Day, we are getting up for the Broken Tailgate, because everyone wants to tailgate before WrestleMania, right? So you might as well tailgate with the Hardys. The Hardys are bringing the Hardy compound to some street. You can look it up at morethanmania.com, but we're blocking off a whole street, and we're going to have a tailgate with the Hardys. They're going to be available for autographs, to meet. The whole clan's going to be there. Rebecca, the baby, King Maxwell, Senor Benjamin.
Senor Benjamin's going to be there.
They're all going to be there, but hold on. You want some wrestling action? ACW is going to be presenting a show at 11 a.m., and FIP is going to be presenting a show at 2 p.m. So we got a lot going on, and again, that's morethanmania.com for all the info on that.
So I don't know is there like a package, so you can just buy a package deal to get everything?
There might still be some. They might be sold out. So
check it out. Like buy your tickets now. I mean, you
buy them now.
Yeah, there's a ton of great shows, a ton of guys who we may never see wrestle again in the United States with the Progress guys who you may never see in Florida, but of course with Evolve.
Well, I don't want to say you're never going to see them again, but let's just say we have like an amazing array of talent and matches and different styles of promotions, and I really am sincerely proud of the fact that we're able to bring that all together. And it started out really as something that the fans really made happen, and I know that's always a cliche and that's promoter talk and blah blah blah, but it's really true. Like this thing started out with a couple of shows, and it really started with that Dragon Gate 6-man back 11 years ago.
Yep, I was
and since that time it's just grown into this gigantic thing now where you have so many wrestlers coming in and so much talent and all these promotions just featuring all these different styles, and it's just an amazing time to be a wrestling fan, and just WrestleMania weekend and the whole week is like my favorite time of the year, because it's just awesome going to a city, and just everywhere you go in the city there's people wearing wrestling shirts and there's wrestling fans, and it's like a wrestling heaven for that week, and especially that weekend. And I hope everyone out there who's never been to a WrestleMania goes to one, and even if you're not going to WrestleMania, because I know that's a tough ticket to get, you just go catch some of the other stuff that's in town.
Yeah, there's a lot of things in town.
It's we're Outcast as wrestling fans, and for one weekend or 1 week, it's we're cool and we own the place. It's ours.
It almost is a week. It's a half a week, and you can go and see the best wrestling you will ever see. Of course, until the next year, but it's all in one place, all in one. So I don't know how. If you're a wrestling fan, you have to go. So there's nothing else that you should be doing. There is WrestleMania. It's the biggest spectacle of them all. But man, more than Mania, it is just that. There's right. You need to evolve, right? In the wrestling world.
Let's take it home.
All right. Where can folks find you on the social media? is if they want to follow your antics?
At Book It Gabe. Sometimes I make a little bit of a jerk of myself on there, but hey, whatever. That's what social media's for, right? No, wrong. Don't do what I do on social media. And I don't know. That's good. I got a Facebook, Gabe Sapolsky, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, follow him on the Twitter. Everyone does the Twitter. You can follow me on the Twitters at The Wrestling Bum. I think that's going to be anything else before we wrap up, and I'm really looking forward to WrestleMania weekend.
More than Mania.com.
Yay, I'm entertaining.
I like it. That's going to be the pitch.